Confederation of African Football has unveiled top 3 shortlisted candidates for this year's African Footballer of the Year award. Egypt and Liverpool sensation Mohamed Salah, Gabon's Piere Emerik Aubameyang, and Senegal's Sadio won the thumps of CAF's electorates to rule the rest of Africa. The ceremony was attended by CAF President Ahmad, CAF First Vice President Kwesi, Nyantakyi, CAF Executive Committee member Amaju Pinnick, with Ghana's Minister of Youth and Sports, Asiamah, the guest of honor. The shortlist for the topmost award, African Player of the Year, were to be unveiled by ex-Ghana defender Sammy Kuffour, but he handed over the responsibility to Ibrahim Sunday.
The top 3 the nominees are Mohamed Salah, Aubameyang, and Sadio.
By initiating this movement and having
I'm disappointed because I wish even we have about 2 Ghanaians among them, but unfortunately it is not so. These players, money and so, have been extraordinary, and they are playing in the, some of the top clubs in Europe, and so you can imagine. And where are our players playing? Which clubs, which top clubs are they playing for? You see, if you are playing in the top club and you are doing very well, definitely you'll be recognized. And so I think that is what happened.
The 3 players you mentioned their names to gun for this award, do they merit it?
Sure, because we have been watching them on TV and with their clubs, and they are doing very well, very well in their clubs. People are saying why there is no Ghanaian player. I don't think our present Ghanaian players, I don't think they are at level with those 3 players. They merit it, and I think at the moment they are the best in Africa.
What advice will you give to Ghanaian players?
Well, to work harder, not even hard, but harder, and then be disciplined. And I think one day, maybe in a year or 2, they will also be recognized. We want more Ghanaian players to get this award, but if it is not so, it's difficult, because if it comes to voting, the French countries are more than us. So if you are a English-speaking country, a player from English-speaking country, and you are not really very extraordinary good, forget it. But because if it comes to voting, the French, they will take it. So we need to work very hard. I think Nigeria is doing well at the moment. And maybe, I thought maybe one of the Nigerian players will be selected, but still, it's like that.
So considering the current crop of Ghanaian players, which of them do you foresee winning this award?
Oh, in the past, I thought maybe Dede Ayew was near, and later on, I think because of injuries, he lost form, and so came out of it. And when Asamajan was at the top of his form, he could also have won it, Asian as well. But they've gone, and we have to look at the new generations that are coming, so that we prepare them well, so that one day they will also be awarded.
Well, I think he has been my coach when I was young. He has been my father when I was young, and now he's my brother. Now I'm a big boy now. So for me to do that wasn't just to show appreciation what he have taught me when I was a little boy. Now me being a grown man, give him the benefit of the doubt for him to announce it.
Sadio, Mo Salah, Piere, Emerik, Aubameyang. Are you surprised at this list as the top 3 for the awards?
No, I'm not. That was my decision that I made coming from home. I thought that this 3 was going to be. It's unfortunately that we can't have 5. If we have 5, I should have choose Victor Moses also to be part of it. But it's very difficult because these people have been on fire. They are playing well. Salah has been top goal scorer in Europe now. 1 goal ahead of Messi. That tells you that he's on fire. He's winning. He's playing well. And Sané, we all know how quality that he has. We also know about Piere. Every week he's scoring. So it's very difficult. Moses is playing different role now. A wing back, it's difficult for him to score more goals for us to identify what he's capable of doing. But in terms of performance, don't get me wrong, he has been one of the revelations for me.
In other words, are you disappointed Moses is not in there?
Not really. If it had been top 5, I'll put him there. But the top 3, this is my top 3.
You mentioned earlier that Moses is playing a different position and he's not scoring enough goals to be recognized. In other words, are you saying that players that score goals should be the only people who should be recognized?
That's my question. Like I say, he has been a revelation to me. But even thinking about the defense. So for me, these are my top 3. I wish that I can adjust him, but I can't. I'm sorry.
Would you admonish that CAF include midfielders, defenders who also do so well, and this only strikers should be awarded?
Well, there's a lot of things, but who are those players that you can mention? You just mentioned 3 players apart from these players, or add Moses, who are in the top form. Our days, it was a lot. It was a lot. The competition was too tight, but now it's too obvious. It's too obvious.
Okay.
Because Mahrez didn't even perform. Vincent Abubakar didn't even perform. So who do you think? Mikelobi, my friend, my brother, is a little bit laying back a little bit. He's playing China, so it's difficult.
Morocco, for instance, they played the entire World Cup qualifying series without conceding a single goal. That tells you they have very good defense, and maybe, just maybe, one of them could have been recognized.
No, you know, I mean, it's not like you conceding the goals. It's all about how you perform the whole season. It's not about one game. Benatia playing in Morocco, but he never had a chance to play in Juventus the whole of the season. So how can you put him in the first 3 or first 5? It's not possible. If you have a long season, you play the best, then we can adjust you. But not like that.
Black Stars coach Kwese Appiah threw his weight behind Mohamed Salah to win the Gabon.
Personally, I will vote for Mohamed Salah. Reason being that, you know, he has single-handedly helped Egypt to, qualify to the World Cup, and at the club level, he's doing very, very well. So.
You've always tagged him as an individual player who's dragged Egypt to the World Cup. Will you be disappointed if Mohamed Salah doesn't win this?
All the other players, are doing so well, so it won't be a big deal. But at the end of the day, personally, that's why I say personally, I think he's done so well this year and he deserves it.
Thank you. Black Stars' second assistant coach, Maxwell Konadu, also had few words to share on the final list.
No, I think the players nominated deserve it. When you look at what they've done with their countries, the competition they are playing in currently, like with their clubs, and what they've done for African football, I think they all deserve to be there.
Which of them do you see as a favorite for this award?
It's very tricky, because looking at it, I think the performance from last year will play a huge role in this. Currently, you give it to, or let's say if Mo Salah wins it, I think everybody will be happy. Currently, what he's doing in Liverpool, I think when he wins it, everybody will be happy. But like I said, it's not what we are doing currently, but what we've done from last year will have a key role to play in this.
In other words, is Mo Salah your favorite?
Me, he's my favorite because he's done very, very well for Egypt, for African football, and for the whole continent.
Okay, are you disappointed that Ghana, we didn't have anyone in there?
These things do happen. There was a time Ghanaian players were also dominating the headlines when it comes to African football. At this time around, we don't have any Ghanaian in there. That is football. I think we need to do our best to bounce back because it's not good for our image, and I think that our players should do their best to at least be nominated, which I think very soon Ghana will bounce back. Our players are doing very well, especially the young ones coming up. They are doing their best, so I will not be surprised with the coming years that Ghanaian players will do very, very well in this competition.
In other categories, Black Stars skipper Emerik missed out on a place in the final three for CAF Youth Player of the Year, whilst Black Princesses were named in the Women's Team of the Year category. Cameroon's Hugo Bruce, who won this year's AFCON, failed to make the final list for Coach of the Year. Hector Cooper, who qualified Egypt to the World Cup for the first time since 1990, joined Hussein Amuta and Jonel Hall as the topmost coaches for the year under review. The awards will be held in Accra on January 4, 2018.